Hello and welcome to the St. Croix River Association online fundraiser. This is the first fundraiser of this type we're doing, and I hope it's the last. COVID has changed the way we do business. It's changed everyone's lives. But we're here tonight to celebrate the St. Croix River and its watershed, and we are so glad that you're here to join us. First of all, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors and co-hosts that have generously supported this event, and all of you who have generously supported us throughout the year. We have an online auction tonight, silent auction. The bidding is open now. It will close at the end of this event tonight. Bid early, bid often. We have some terrific items. Stu Neville has donated a fly fishing guide trip on the Namakagon. He's one of our board members, and we're very pleased to have that. We also have some other terrific items like Cammie Mendlick, an original oil painting that she's done of the St. Croix. And we have a prospector canoe with a deep, rich history, a wooden canoe built, and spend some time on Kapwijiwagan. So take a look at those auction items, and again, bid early, bid often. The St. Croix River Association has been around for well over 100 years now. We have become the go-to group for conservation throughout the watershed. Our mission is to protect, restore, and celebrate this great river and its entire watershed. And that's the main reason we're here tonight. Together with volunteers, staff, and others, we target conservation throughout the watershed to protect this national park that flows through its heart.
Hello, I'm Bethany Cox, the St. Croix River Association's Director of Development. While I have met many of you over my few short months with SCRA, I am looking forward to meeting all of you. Our first video tonight comes from Jenny Anderson of Girl of 10,000 Lakes. Jenny is a very popular Minnesota blogger and digital creator, and we are lucky to have her so close to our national park. Jenny's goal is to evoke inspiration and wonder through the beauty of the great outdoors. She uses her blog and social media to show her audience the ease of getting outside. A quick scroll through Jenny's Facebook and you cannot help but smile at the great photos of her fishing with her husband and young son, showcasing her love for the outdoors in all seasons. As Jenny has said, my love for all things outdoors wasn't something always instilled in me. It's something I discovered later on in life, and that's why no matter your experience level, I encourage you to take more detours, step outside your comfort zone, and try something new outdoors. Jenny's experiences and digital content connect with people of all ages, helping SCRA expand our reach and share the high-quality recreational experiences offered by the St. Croix and Namakagon rivers. So while we could not bring you Jenny live, we are grateful for her sharing the experience of a recent camping trip with a few friends on the St. Croix with us here tonight. I invite you to sit back and enjoy the inspiring stories, breathtaking scenery, and hope for our riverway's future that will be shared here tonight. This hope and your support will drive us closer towards our vision of a thriving watershed, forever accessible, scenic, and wild.
Hi river friends, we're on the St. Croix River today in Osceola and we're about to go camping. I'm Jenny Anderson of Girl of 10,000 Lakes. I'm here with my husband Nick and our friends Sam and Tyler. We're really looking forward to a beautiful day of just camping, fishing, hiking, exploring the area. It's 80 degrees, so we couldn't have asked for better weather, and I'm really excited for you to come along with us. With so many people on the water, our first order of business is to get to our campsite. We made it to our campsite. We're at 48.1, which connects to Peasley Lake, so this is the one we wanted, and we got it! The first thing I always do when I get to a campsite is set up the tent. Easy. Besides fishing, my favorite thing to do when camping is eating. So for lunch, we have Thai chicken wraps.
Do I taste peanuts?
Oh,
nice.
No one's allergic, right?
I'm not. Sam?
Oh. Very good. I'm gonna bring sriracha and I forgot.
I could go get some. Be back in 2 hours.
Kiwi! Do something cool, like walk.
I just don't want to fall.
Do a flip. Yeah.
Flip.
Do a backflip into the water.
Our friends Sam and Tyler had already been to this campsite before, and so they knew there was this trail that led to Peaslee Lake. The wild kiwi in her element. Well, we made it to Peaslee Lake. It was maybe a 5 to 7 minute hike, and it's really overgrown right now, but it's pretty. There's birds and frogs, and we saw a deer, so there's wildlife. It's pretty abundant here.
It's on its nest.
All right, before we go fishing, we're going to take a dip and cool off. Cheers. We're enjoying some sunshine and going for a dip in this tree fell at our campsite, and it's perfect because you can jump off of it. Any last words?
Cowabunga, dude!
Woo! Alright, so we're back on the water now and we're fishing, and are they biting?
Had a bite already.
Had a bite.
Third cast.
Alright, so we're gonna keep at it and see what we catch.
It looks like you're walking on water casting. What's your favorite part about the St. Croix?
I like that it's close to home, being, close to the metro area, and you still kind of get away from the city and get to experience nature a little bit more, kind of secluded.
Okay, tell me about your favorite memory on the St. Croix.
I think my favorite memory was when we actually went to the campsite that we're staying at tonight. We didn't really know what to expect, and when we were in our canoe, we were canoe camping last time we were here, and we just got on the land, and then we knew it was super cool with the hike to Peaslee Lake and just the different kind of sceneries in the campsite, so we felt really lucky to find it.
No fish tacos tonight, unfortunately, but we have a really good dinner ahead of us, so I'm looking forward to that. Steaks! We're just relaxing now, waiting for the fire to get hot so that we can throw some steaks on there. It's a great day to grill on the grate. People really love the St. Croix Riverway area. I love that it's being used by people of all ages.
What would you say about people who are new to utilizing the St. Croix River Valley?
I would say utilize it. I think, just do a quick Google search on different landings, different outfitters that can help you with kayaks or canoes. It's really easy to rent one and then get set up to go down the river and enjoy it for the day even. So even if you're exploring the river for the first time, or if you're a pro, there are so many different ways to explore this area. Even just hiking or camping like we're doing. I was surprised that with so many people that we saw today, we also saw a lot of wildlife, some sandhill cranes, we saw a deer, different kinds of birds and butterflies and dragonflies, and we saw lots of big fish jumping around us that we didn't catch, but maybe next time. Yeah, it's just so pretty here, and it's so close to the Twin Cities, and I feel like, it's definitely an area that I hope more people utilize and take care of, and hopefully keep going for generations to come. Are you catching anything?
Got a couple bites, nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
We got 4 of us and there's 4 steaks. Nick, you can have one of the middle ones.
That looks
I got the big one for myself.
We're having fire roasted peppers, and there's caramelized onions in the foil.
Thanks for cutting all that up, babe.
Then check out this amazing plate of steak and chimichurri sauce. Yum yum. And check out the view. So pretty out. And what's a campfire without dessert? Pudgy pies.
A big deep cycle.
What's in there, Sam?
Pie filling, berry pie filling, and cream cheese.
Oh, yum. Okay. How's it looking? Oh, golden goodness. The pudgy pies are amazing. One of my favorite activities to do while camping is nighttime photography. If you're a photographer, this was set at an ISO of 1000, f-stop 2, shutter speed of 20 seconds. It was still pretty warm overnight, so we slept with the sides open, which meant in the morning we woke up to a beautiful blue sky and the sounds of chirping birds. The best part of waking up at a campsite is definitely the morning coffee. So it's next morning. We all had pretty good sleep as you can when you go camping. And yeah, it dipped down to like the 60s, which is perfect. Got some morning coffee and gonna try to wake up here and then pack up. And then we're gonna check out a little cafe in Osceola. Pro tip, this thing is super helpful for fighting off the mosquitoes. It's a thermocell and it covers 15 feet around us, and I think it works pretty well. These guys do an excellent job of keeping the mosquitoes away too. We're packing up. Bye, campsite. You've been good to us.
Was that fun, Tyler?
I had a lot of fun.
Pretty
Just
easy
Very
living, right?
wholesome. Good wholesome camping fun.
Great trip.
Yeah, it's another beautiful day. Looks like kayakers and canoers are already out. We saw them out at like 7 a.m. this morning, so people are getting an early start. So our plan A was to go to Watershed Cafe and get some breakfast, but they were closed. We're in Osceola now, and it seems like it's hopping. We all have our masks with us in case we have to go inside somewhere, and we did just order some pizza and some other lunch items at the pizza cellar. So, yay! We got pizza and wings and nachos and a pastrami sandwich and fries. Life is good. This is good food after camping. We're ending an awesome weekend of camping on the St. Croix River by taking a hike down to Cascade Falls. We made it to the waterfall. This is such a great way to end our camping trip.
Thank you, Jenny, for sharing your trip with us. You can see how Jenny has an ability to make the outdoors accessible to all people. As one of our staff members said after seeing this for the first time, Jenny is a true river lover. She has shown how easy this riverway is to access, inviting us to come and explore, because all are truly welcome. We hope Jenny and her crew have inspired you to get out and use the river. Perhaps you can pack up your tent for an adventure next weekend even. The river invites us all. Now before we move to our next video, have you looked at the silent auction lately? Are you already planning your first canoe trip in your new Chestnut canoe? How about who will you take to brunch at the Marine Landing or Farm Table Restaurant? Better yet, how much are you going to love the one-of-a-kind painting, Eagle's View from Arcola, hanging on your wall tomorrow? There are great items that can be yours tonight. If you have any questions or problems with mobile bidding, please reach out now. Our next video has been years in the making. The board and staff of the River Association have longed for a video that captures the beauty of this wild and scenic riverway. We've looked at other parks' nonprofit partners with envy at their stunning videos. Thankfully, our jealousy ends tonight. With help from several of our amazing volunteers and board members, this dream has become an incredible reality. We are so very proud to share with you all tonight the world premiere of the St. Croix River Association's new short video. We hope you enjoy.
The river is always changing. Different water levels and different seasons change the place in dramatic ways. To me, being in nature is learning to be observant. Moments of awe and learning something new almost every time. The symmetry and asymmetry of the outdoors is true natural beauty.
The excitement I feel before paddling is like a little kid. Getting out of the truck and smelling the fresh air is almost spiritual. Once I shove off, I feel one with the river. I dip my hands in and say hello, and then start paddling. The first paddle stroke is always the best. That stroke symbolizes you've become one with the river, and the adventure begins.
I started fly fishing just as a means to catch fish. And then the more I did it, the more I fell in love with the ritual aspect of it. I love casting a rod, I love tying knots, feeling the current on the oar, feeling my boots on the bottom. It's stabilizing to me.
The river has been the only constant in my life. It's the only thing I can definitely count on. And the more I painted, the more I knew I didn't know, which helps me to be grounded as an artist and as a mother and as a person. And it is an honor and a privilege to be standing here on these banks. And I never forget that. The importance of an association is that we might be able to make it better and make sure that it's secure for our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandkids. We can't just assume that has been taken care of and do nothing.
So many of the things that are worth preserving are things that, once lost, can never be fully returned to their natural state. The river doesn't exist to serve us and meet our needs. But if we don't preserve its well-being, we endanger the health and well-being of our own communities. To preserve water quality is to preserve quality of life.
Our vision is a thriving watershed, forever accessible, forever scenic, and forever wild. A donation to the St. Croix River Association goes directly to protection and conservation.
Okay, so how many of you had to reach for the tissue box? I did. Seriously, the first time I saw this, I sure had to. What we have in this wild and scenic national park is truly a rare and unique treasure. Thank you to Bill, Heidi, Stu, and Cammie, whom you saw on camera, and also Tim, Betsy, and Jeremiah for your help in creating this stunning video. We hope this video touched your heart as it has ours. Now, what should we do with this? Let's share it. You can find it on SCRA's YouTube channel. Please share the link. Put it on your social media. Show it at your next family reunion. How about you introduce your next virtual staff meeting with it? I think you're getting the point. Please share this 4-minute video far and wide to spread the word about our wild and scenic riverway. Now you know what's coming next. How's that silent auction bidding going? There's still time to get your name at the top of the auction list, but you don't have much time. If you have any questions or problems bidding, please reach out now. For our final video tonight, we focus our attention on the St. Croix River Association's very own Nikki Henger, as she shares our far-reaching forestry program. This program plays a critical role in keeping the waters of the St. Croix clean and healthy, which Nikki will explain in more detail. This forested land benefits also reach well beyond our riverway, helping to create a more resilient climate. Each and every time I hear Nikki speak, I learn something new. I hope you do as well.
Hi, my name is Nikki Henger, and I am the Forestry Program Coordinator here at the St. Croix River Association. Our forestry program began in 2012 with a U.S. Forest Service grant to explore the connection between forested land and water quality in the St. Croix watershed. Landscape-wide plans were created, which showed how environmental challenges are linked together in an area and how land management can affect water quality. The plans also highlighted opportunity areas for land conservation in the watershed. This work has allowed SCRA to connect with landowners in these opportunity areas and provide them with a one-stop shop for forestry-related resources, helping them keep their wooded lands wooded. Why would we put this much effort into forestry being a river organization? Rivers are more than just the product of its headwaters. Looking at a watershed map, you can see how much land is included. The forested land in the St. Croix watershed is over 2 million acres, which is 3.5 times the size of Rhode Island and plays a critical role in keeping the waters of the riverway clean and healthy. Almost 75% of that forested land is privately owned, which means that connecting with and supporting these landowners is crucial. Forests act as natural filters during storms, physically slowing down the rainwater. Trees absorb and filter excess water and nutrients, acting as a buffer to pollution. Their roots hold the soil intact and their leaves shelter the river from the sun, creating a cooler atmosphere that is needed for many fish species. Without forests, storms could cause flooding, shoreline erosion, and the dumping of excess pollutants into the river, harming the aquatic inhabitants. Protecting the woods surrounding the St. Croix and Namakagon rivers is protecting the St. Croix National Scenic Riverway and its occupants. A diverse and healthy forest also builds resilience in the impacts of climate change. As trees grow, they absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen for us to breathe. That carbon dioxide is then stored in the tree as wood. Forests and their soils absorb carbon. Planting and maintaining our forests is one way to help us mitigate climate change. SCRA provides support to the landowners in our watershed. Owning woodlands and properly managing it can be overwhelming, so we created a hotline for landowners to talk to us and ask questions. We provide support and advice and can also connect landowners with programs that make owning forested lands more enjoyable.
Our forestry program was conceived to protect water quality. A huge chunk of our upper watershed is forested land. We had a terrific partner in the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources Forestry Program who helped us write the first grant to work on forestry and water quality. That first grant led to several others. It allowed us to move from one person working part-time to now one full-time person and 2 part-time people who do nothing but dedicate their time and efforts to protecting the forests of this great watershed. Trees provide us so much. They make oxygen out of carbon. They hold the soil in place. They're a natural sponge, so during these huge rain events, we're not experiencing the floods like we could be without them. The best thing you can do for climate change is to plant a tree today. Without the trees, we wouldn't have so many visitors throughout our watershed. With a healthy economy, people can think about the environment. Threats to today's forests is real and growing. Conversion to row crops, such as potatoes, is a huge and growing threat. Woodland landowners can be overwhelmed when they first buy their property on how to take care for the land that they've bought. The biggest chunk of forest in our 2 states is privately held. Ensuring that those landowners have the resources to take care of their lands is what we do. We work with them through technical assistance, we direct them to cost share programs, and we write stewardship plans so that they can care for their forests in a way that makes sense to them. We're very proud of our forestry program. It's come a long way since we started in 2012. While we've come a long way, we have a long ways to go, and we need your help. With your help, we'll be able to continue the conservation efforts to protect our forest for sound water quality, for air quality, for habitat, and for the critters that use the forests, including you. Coronavirus has changed the way we do business. Technology has become a bigger part of what we do. Web-based learning is something that we had been approaching, but has become a bigger part of our program. We can't meet one-on-one with forestry landowners as we used to, so it's critical. We develop a new way to meet their needs, and we're doing that through technology. Natural resources are not an impediment to growth, but the core reason for growth. People love to live in beautiful places. Won't you help us protect this beautiful place? Please give today.
You can be on this river either kayaking or hiking from shore 100 times a year, and you're going to have 100 different scenes. Best part is bringing kids out and not showing them something, but bringing them to it and let them discover it. I think it's a lot more meaningful. This is right under our nose, and to go through life and not get out and see this, you're missing out on so much. And if you've ever canoed or kayaked down the Namakagon, you don't realize how close you are to the real world. The scenes out here are just as good as any place else in the country. Just unbelievable.
As we wrap up, I want to thank you. Thank you for sharing your Sunday evening with us. Thank you for supporting the St. Croix River Association and all the work we do every day. Thank you for joining us on this journey of a thriving watershed, forever accessible, scenic, and wild. This work would not be possible without each and every one of you. As our new film shares, it takes people to protect the riverway. It takes you. We hope to see you on the river soon. Good night.